to tape a flag. Quick, guys, scoot back. Quick little summary. You got the tip, your tab, first tape, second tape, bottom tip. Okay, so what you're gonna start with is unrolling your flag, like so, and taking off the tape that connects the tip and the tab. So I'm just gonna start with the tab here. I usually find a little spot where it looks like the tape is layered over, and then I get the spot, and you just unroll the tape from the flag. So now this end is completely detached. And now this side, you want to take off the tape that connects the tip and the pole, and then pull the tip off and any weights that are in it. And then usually inside of your flag there's another piece of tape that connects the flag itself to the pole, so you're going to take that off too. There we go. And now you can just pull the flag right off. Sit on it because it's windy. From here, you're going to want to remove any weights that you already have inside of the flag. Like for me, I have these little washers. If you have little washers, take them out. They're hard to get out. Bang on them on the concrete. Do not use scissors. Do what I say, not as I do. If you have a washer stuck in there, usually by this point, I'd recommend just getting a new tip, which I'm gonna go do. I'm back. Now that I have a nice new spiffy tip, put that right on the ground. From here, you're gonna want to take your flag and this is how you're gonna tape it onto your flag pole. You're gonna look at the silk. This is the silk. And then from here, there's usually a curve. So you see how the flag kind of has that weird little curve? That's where you want the bottom of it to be. I might be lying to you. No, that's curve. The tip of the curve, this longer piece right here, is the bottom. So you're gonna take that, put the pole through the little hole where the flag is, push it through, almost like you're inflating a little balloon animal. And from here, I always tape the flag on to the top. So you're gonna want, like, your fingers are divided in sections, that middle section of your finger, so about 1 inch away from the top of the pole to where the flag is gonna start. About 1 inch. From here, you wanna take your white tape, grab the roll like so, and then place it on so it connects the tip of the flag itself to the pole. You're gonna wrap it around about twice, is usually a safe bet. And usually I would just pull on it until it came apart from the roll of tape, but it's tricky. Oh my God. It's tricky. So now that you have the top of the flag taped onto the pole, you're gonna wanna make sure, this is very important, there is a pretty thick seam. I don't know if you can see it. That is the seam, and throughout the entire pole you want the seam to be straight. So you're gonna line up the seam, make sure it's straight. Then from here you're gonna take your tape again, making sure it is straight, and close for this one. You're gonna put the piece of tape This tape does not like me. Anyway, you're gonna take this piece of tape, put it right on, about halfway onto the flag and the pole. And then you're just gonna wrap it around. This part is very important that you make sure it's very thoroughly wrapped, because it'll just not come off that way. You're gonna do about 2 inches down the pole just to cover everything up. Flag's gonna be kind of tucked into the pole, but now you have your silk on. Woo! From here is where things get different. So for weights, it is recommended that you buy your own, which you can buy at any hardware store really, or we have some weights, it would just take you a little bit longer to get them. But that being said, for the bottom weight, you're gonna want 1.5 inch carriage bolt, that is their name. 1.5 inch carriage bolt, and in the top of your flag, you're gonna want 2.5 inch carriage bolt. 2.5 inch carriage bolt in the top, 1.5 inch carriage bolt in the bottom. So from here, you're gonna put your weight. If your weight is bare, like this one, you're gonna wanna take just a smidge of tape and put it right on the bottom, wrap it around maybe twice. This will make sure that your pole, when you catch it, you don't hear the metal of the pole hitting this. So you don't want to hear that. So from here, you're gonna want to put your weight into your tip. It's just the easiest way that I've found. Some people like to put the weight in, tape it on, and then put a tip on. That's just not the way that I roll. So we're gonna put the tip into it, and from here, put your tip right onto your flag. Give it a nice couple smacks. And if your tip is bare like mine, or honestly, everyone's probably do this, if your tip has like tape already on it, like this one, you're gonna want to take that off. It might be a little tedious, but you're gonna want to take that off. And from here, once you have your 2.5 inch carriage bolt in the top, you're gonna take a couple strips of tape, tiny strip of tape, and you're gonna make a little diagonal across the tip. This is just a cosmetic thing to make it look pretty. And from here, you're gonna put another one opposing that. See, there you go. This is not an exact science. And then another strip of tape over the edges that are showing. See? And then one final piece of tape. This doesn't really have a name, but I usually refer to it as like the star method, I guess, because you're making a little snowflake star looking thing on the top, so you want your tip to be fully covered like this. And then from here, you're gonna take another little start of your tape and line it up where this ends, where the star method ends. And you're just gonna tape all the way around the tip to make sure that none of it's showing. And once you start reaching the actual pole, you're gonna wanna make it a little bit tighter and tape it down to the pole. Rip it off, and now you have your top tape. Woo! Look at that, look at that. From here, because my weights aren't right, where everyone's gonna do this, just for consistency purposes. So you're gonna take off your bottom tip. Sometimes these are taped kind of questionably, so it's gonna take a while to kind of like pry at the tape, try and get it off. Jeez. Sometimes just pulling it works too. It's not working for me today. There we go. Alright. Now we can take our tip off. Our bottom tip. And in the bottom, you put your 1.5 inch carriage bolt into it. And then right back where it came from. From here, I think that this side's a little bit easier. You're going to do the star method like before. Like I said, all of the materials, like the white tape, which you're going to need, it's just white electrical tape, and the carriage bolts, you can find them at like Home Depot or really any hardware store. Imagine your dad going to a store, one of those, pick one of those. Ace, Lowe's, things like that. And if you have any questions at any time about this video or how to tape, just text me. My inbox is always open. Yeah. And now, once you're doing the same method, you're just gonna travel down, make it a little more taut here. Wrap it around. Perfect. And cheaters should already be on your pole. If they are not on your pole, do not worry about it until we get to rehearsal, because then we can gauge it off of a buddy's. So if you have cheaters already, I'm going to ask that if they are not white, you take them off, like so. And usually I like to keep a little bit on so that I can just immediately put the tape right where I saw it. So I'm just going to set that right there where it started. And for cheaters, you do not need a lot of tape. You only need about 2 wraps. That is enough wraps. And then doing my second cheater. This is how you're going to tape pretty much everything. This is how you're going to tape your practice silks, your show silks. So it's just an important skill to know as you progress with color guard. Cheater down, taking the old tape off, and doing 2 wraps. And that is your flag. You have officially taped it with your pink silk. Now you're just gonna roll it up. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. The silks that you took off should probably belong to the school if they are not a personal silk. That being said, please nicely fold it up and bring it with you to practice so that we can collect it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I don't bite. And yeah, thank you.